Have you ever been in a fight? Or actually, before you actually got into a fight, I know a lot of times the way I was raised, we went for the hands before we went to the guns. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't all necessarily just have to pick up a weapon and do what we had to do. We actually fought, whether it was a classmates, whoever was on the street, whatever the case is. But the point I'm trying to make is, have you ever had a situation where looking at a person, you're like, you want to fight me? You know what I mean? Like, is that what we're going to take it now? You want to fight me? All right, cool. Let's get it out the way. Let's fight it. And you know that you're going to win because of the size. Maybe, you might win because, they look like they're scared. You're going to win just for all these outside factors, right? So you get in the fight, and at first it's exactly what you predicted. But you notice that every time they get knocked down, the person that you knocked down, they keep getting back up. It happens a lot in boxing. It happened to Mike Tyson with Buster Douglas. It happened with him where he just kept getting hit. And Mike Tyson at that time was out of his mind as far as being high as hell. But the fact is that he could not knock this guy down. Every time they thought he was out, he kept getting back up. And that's what I want these entrepreneurs, I want you guys to think about and actually consider and make this actually a lifestyle. Because sometimes we can have stamina, but we can have stamina for all the wrong reasons. We can have stamina for partying. It's Friday. Woo! Friday is no different from Monday. It's just that most people are off on the weekend. But because we have that stamina of, oh, man, I just got to go out there and actually, recharge. We actually do the same psychotic cycle, meaning that we want certain things in our life and different things in our life to change, but we're not willing to have the stamina for those things to do it. So let's say, for instance, if I told you, listen, I'll make you'll have $5 million in your bank account next year. If you just stop the partying, you know what I'm saying? You stop hanging out with the negative friends, the friends that actually call you friend, they invite you places, but they're no good for you and for your mentality. If you stop hanging around with them for a year and start doing this and start grinding and start, sharing, helping other people, sharing what you know and stuff like that, I will give you $5 million. How many of you guys would stop doing it? How many of you guys you actually put like, nah, you know what? We can't hang out today. Nah, I can't go to that club. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's your stamina? What are the things that you do consistently that really aren't in a way connected to your goals? So it doesn't matter whether you stay with these things or not. Some of them are friends, and they have their goals versus your goals don't even align. It don't even match like what it is you're trying to do. And I want to know if that's detrimental to your actual goals, because here's the thing, we're creatures of habit. And when I say that, meaning like sometimes we could be around people that we think is harmless. I grew up with this person, or this person's been my my girlfriend or boyfriend, or whatever the case is, or this person held me down when I was low in my own. I felt the same way too. But when I start realizing what it took to actually get there, and I'm not saying leaving people behind, because some people actually need the faith to see you do it first. But when I start leaving people behind who didn't want to, no matter what you told them, no matter where you sent them, you could have brought them to an event. They could have seen the same speakers you've seen, but you got it here and they didn't get it. So what I'm saying to you guys is, do you have the stamina to actually be great? Do you have the stamina to let certain people go that need to be let go? I'm not telling you to let go of your friends, because if they're good friends to you, why would you leave? Why would you leave them? But for your sanity, is it bothering you enough to get out of that? Is it bothering you enough to get out of that way of thinking? Have the stamina to be great. Have the stamina to work on yourself. Because when you work on yourself, people think it's a selfish terminology when people say, I'm working on myself. It's not, because when you get you together, you get your mind right, you can actually make decisions for other people that will help them more than will benefit you. Because it's like you got you together, that you took yourself out of it, and now the purity of trying to help somebody is right there. But you had to get you out the way. So in order for you to get you out the way, you have to deal with those those cracks and crevices that actually make a person a toxic person. But you got to have the stamina for it. You have to have the stamina to wake up every day at 5 a.m. to go work out to the gym. You have to have the stamina to keep making videos. Some of you guys are YouTubers. Keep making videos after videos, even when you see no views, even when there's nobody looking at your views. But you know that one day somebody's going to look at it and it's going to help them. You have to have the stamina for that. And that stamina, for me, is called faith. Faith is the word, but stamina is the action. Because a lot of times, how many guys have, ask you a question, how many people that you've seen that was no less smarter than you, no less talented than you, but yet they made it. And you're like, how in the world did you get here? They had the stamina to keep going. They had the stamina to not go out to the club. They had the stamina to put those friends aside. They had the stamina for all those things. And I just want to know if you have the stamina to keep going. Do you have the stamina to actually start something that you know, that you believe will flourish into something else? And a lot of times we don't. A lot of times our stamina is for the wrong reasons. You know, our stamina, we can have stamina for sex. I mean, it's a natural human thing, but it's like our stamina is just for that. Like, that's all we want to do. That's all we think about. That's all we care about. It's just sex, 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 sex. And it's like, all right, you know, you want a whole bunch of sex, but you're really broke. Like, you have children you need to take care of. You know, you have mouths to feed. You have people that's depending on you, and you're just thinking about one thing. You have a stamina in an area. Some of it don't have to be sex. It can be drinking. That's how you cope. That's how you cope. But then at the same time, you're no good mentally to actually be somebody can depend on, because you're always under intoxication. And I'm not picking, I'm not judging, but I know you guys want the truth. And I know a lot of times I myself, I personally believe that I went through a lot of stuff just so I can make these videos to share with you. I think you all do. I think if you go out there and you get you together, I think somebody else is waiting on you to tell your story. That's just how I believe, you know. So I personally believe that the stuff that I wasn't doing and the stuff that took me a long time to actually get done, I think I had to go through that roller coaster, go through that journey, and actually share it with somebody else so they won't make the same mistakes. We both don't have to make the same mistakes. Like somebody I know is going to listen to this video. But I just want you guys to understand that stamina, persistence, faith, commitment, all that is needed. Talent is great, but if talent has no stamina, it doesn't mean anything. What's your stamina? I'll see you guys in the next video.